Law Nation. Morning, good afternoon, and good evening. To those that's watching this channel, I really appreciate you for all that you do. Be sure to slap that notification bell, slap that like button, just slap it all. Let's go. Mama said there will be days just like this. What you gonna do with it? To achieve in it, you got to believe in it. Let's go. Yep. Say ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. Come on. All right. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. And let me know y'all some real ones. If you a real one, let me see real one in the chat. Just like that, baby. Shout out to the Facebook gang. SWAT up, notification SWAT up. All of the HBOs. Appreciate you. Let's go. Heavy is the crowd, right? It's time to get down. There's no excuses for today. They say the cream rises to the top. Let's see who the creme de la creme. Right? Come on, Cowboy Nation. I need to know a few things too. I really do need to know. Who's scared? Who running? Who running? Who running? Who is running? I'm gonna tell you one thing. Law Nation gonna run it one way or another. And I'm talking about run at it, not running away from it. Let's go. Yep. Say ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Yep. Yeah. Come on. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Let's go. Hey ho. Let go. Come on. Appreciate everybody, man. I hope all is well. Let me make sure my audio is not too loud. Appreciate everybody. It could have been too loud earlier. I didn't pay attention to the meters. This is a game. This is a game that you must say to yourself, all right, put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. There's no love lost because at the end of this particular day, somebody is going home and not lacing them up for the next game, right? And I refuse to say, hey, I would take a moral victory, or I would look at the positive aspect that you put up so many points and these sorts of things. No. It is what it is. The moral victory or victories should be swept under the rug, right? There was once a time, Cowboy Nation, and I believe people fail to remember, that we were just happy to make it to the playoffs. We were just happy. We were just happy that our team finished above 500, right? There was a time when we used to say, think about this, Cowboy Nation, and everybody that's watching, there was a time when we used to be like, yay! We got an interception. Do you guys remember that? We used to be waiting, hoping, wishing, praying. Can we get an INT? Can we force a fumble? See, a lot of people don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Takeaways. those used to come hard. You couldn't find them, you know? We used to look everywhere. We used to turn over every rock, leave no stone unturned. And now look at us. Look at y'all. Look at y'all over there. Leading the league in takeaways. Taking the ball away. There was a time that we used to beg and cry and pray. Can we get off to the edge? Can we get around and get to the quarterback? Now we got a guy by the name of Micah Parsons. Good on and off the field. DeMarcus Lawrence stopping and shutting down the run. Blaze, shout out to you, man. If it's your birthday, David Lee, appreciate you. Happy birthday, David Lee. Right? There are so many things that we can look at. We used to say, if only our quarterback can just stay healthy. Finish the season out. He'll give us a chance. And now we got a quarterback that put number 4 on his back, and he's under center. We used to worry about going to bed at night and waking up in the morning and saying, man, will this player be able to play? And now we got that. We got the wide receivers we don't have to worry about. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson just come out of the woods, just come out of nowhere. And the way this wide receiving core do his thing, baby, Malik Turner can probably burn up today. You know what I'm saying? We got Blake Jarwin, Schultz. All of these things are good, Cowboy Nation. I'm just yelling out these names before we go further into it, because this will be a game, the things that we must look for. Number one thing, drown out the outside noise. Shut that stuff down. One of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs. The game that we saw last night or yesterday, the Buffalo Bills versus the Patriots. Can somebody remind me what happened in that game? The Bills, they said to themselves, we ain't finna be a part of, hey, one and done philosophy. We're going to show up and show out. He can have all of the cheat codes he wants, but we're going to show up and show out. Shout out to you, Thompson. Appreciate you so much. I don't know if the AI going to pick that up, but neither here nor there. Shout out to you. I never catch your live, but I did today. Thank you for all the uploads, and I always smash that like button. I appreciate you for smashing that like button. We're going to load it up over here, and then we're going to tell the like button to lean forward. Yeah. Yeah, what we want to do to that like button. We want to slap it. Yeah, y'all slap that like button. Do me a huge favor. Slap that like button. Appreciate you, Thompson. So, this team versus the 49ers, pivotal game as it relates to a rivalry game, as it relates to, hey, they hot. They supposed to be the team that we should all look out for, right? Pivoting from the Patriots versus the Bills game. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. I wouldn't mind seeing Bills versus the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, by the way. You know, let's go. White it out, right? But neither here nor there. They took care of their business, right? So now it's time for us to take care of ours, right? So the 49ers, they have not allowed a 100-yard rusher since week 9. And one of the 3 losses that they occurred was also was also when I believe that those three teams, because, they lost more than three, by the way, but those three teams that they lost to stopped them from achieving 100 yards. So when you contextualize all of this, Cowboy Nation, we must do these things. We must play disciplined football. I said this before, no hero stuff. Alignment in an assignment. You must say to yourself, all right, cool. If I'm supposed to be on the fourth side, I'm coming down the field. I'm not trying to go over there and do the cutback responsibility and try to do the fourth. No. They funnel you to the fourth side. You come down and you got to look 310-pound person. So what? KZ, you got to blow through it. 44 headed your way. It's a size disadvantage. What that dude do? I forgot his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He go, you gonna have to shoot through it. The son of no one, right on. Law Nation is Boys Nation, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Perry. Boykin says video game controller looks forlorn in between the words. Try again. Yeah. Try again. Yeah, appreciate both of y'all, Perry. Let me. Cornflakes belongs in a bowl, right? Run the ball. Yeah. We must run the ball. I'll go back to Robert and them. What Robert said. Run this ball. Set the edge. Stop the run. It's simple but yet complex. The Cowboys team is the number one offense in the National Football League in yards. So we can draw up plays like no other. The number one team, no other team got more yards. Say it like me, yards. Everybody going to be speaking Natchez, in a few. Yards. Number one team in yards. Where's Natchez? It's in Mississippi, so leave me alone. I don't talk about how those New Yorkers talk. And people from Cali, y'all, people from California, y'all talk fast, and people from New York got different type of dialect too. But I'm from the SIP. We gonna cheat on our words. We ain't gonna be saying all of that. My guy Vacha Lombardi always joke around when we get on the phone or what have you. He called me by my government name. He said, Lawrence, I said, boy, good when nobody would call me Lawrence all day, Lawrence. I ain't gonna put out his government name. But shout out to my guy Vacha Lombardi. Yeah. Yeah, we use that word y'all. Yeah, y'all. We better than people from St. Louis, though, right there and there, over there, establish the presence. Yeah. Strong strength. Jay Lombardi. Yeah. Cowboy Nation, when we look into this team talked about establishing bullyism, right? You must hit the bully in the face. And I remind people, a lot of people have a game plan until they get hit in the mouth. A lot of people say, oh man, put me in the ring with Mayweather. I'll knock him out. False. Look how tiny he is. He only 135 to 145 pounds. I bench press that in my sleep, right? Get in the ring with him. You can't put your hands on him because he's so quick and slippery. He moves around and hits you with 1, 2, 3 combo pieces. And before you know it, you're on the ground. Well, he didn't knock people out in a long time. But then he played a mind game. And you can look at both ways. Either you can be the finesse way, right? Or you can come in with that brute strength, right? I don't think anybody lived to say, all right, cool, I'm going to let Mike Tyson get the first punch in the face. I don't think nobody would line up. Even to this day, like, let's play, I will let you get the first punch, Tyson. You put both of your hands behind your back and you lean forward. It's going to be good night, Irene, right? It's going to be. But if you play the game right and get him frustrated and you just line him up and then you say, okay, let's box. Let's get this thing on. You can get into the bully's mindset, throw him off his game. Then he get to biting. Ah, my ear. Y'all remember that? Oh, boy, jumped up. Woo. A lot of people lost some money that day, Mike Tyson bit the bejesus out of that man's ear. Pieces was heard. Stories been told. Pieces is still in Mike Tyson's mouth. Pieces of ear. John says, let's go Cowboy Nation. Love the show, Law. Thanks for the content. Appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate you. Like Ripley's Believe It or Not, Talk crap to your brother today. He already, look, my brother already hit me up all day Friday, all day Saturday, within the text line for your mind. And there will be blood shed. Somebody not going to be happy today. Right. But since I'm a content creator, you know what I'm saying? I would rather for him not to be happy today, right? I'd rather for to talk to you guys. But I have no control of the outcome of the game. Everything is bestowed upon the Cowboys, and they must represent the Cowboys, these guys, the legacy. Everything is on the line for Rain Dakota Prescott. It don't matter if Ezekiel Elliott run for 300 yards. It don't matter if the opposing team, if Dak Prescott go back and forth, and every time he possesses the ball, he scores. Right? And the opposing team do the same. And if the time expires and the opposing team got one more point than we do, the onus is still on Dak. Believe it or not, like Ripley's. Right? It's go time. Look, you're right there. Ryan says it's go time. Just line them up, lace them up, regardless. There's a storyline. Dak Prescott never lost to the 49ers. Dak Prescott, since he been in the league since 2016, he never lost to the 49ers. I believe there's a stat line out there that the last time the 49ers beat the Cowboys was 2014. Or some year like that, or 2013. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Cowboys been owning the 49ers. They've been owning them. I think the all-time record between the Cowboys and the 49ers is 19-17. Cowboys hold more winning games over the 49ers or something like that. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. Those are good facts. Make my teeth white and my beard grow. It's good stuff. Mike McCarthy never lost to Kyle Shanahan. You know what I'm saying? Those are facts. But you got to play this game. You got to play this game. Yeah, Juice is a beast, what have you. Fullback concept, fullback scenarios is good. Clarence said the refs need to stay out of the way of the Cowboys. Look, if it's a situation where less is more of the aficionados, I'm happy. Both ways, believe it or not. I'm telling y'all early, I'm happy. If it's a situation and scenario that the aficionados, both ways, are swallowing the whistle, shoot. Let's go, like Pro Jaguar said. I'm saying let go because now we can watch a game. 30-yard pass down the field. Dak Prescott look back. He throws the ball. Oh, that's pass interference. Oh, that pass interference. And they don't call it. I'm like, okay. And they do it on the other side. I'm really happy. If they call it both ways. So now I'm saying, okay, now they letting them boys play. You know, getting physical at the top of the route. DBs, do your thing. It ain't nothing but a chicken wing, baby. Do your thing. Let these boys play. That's all I want to see. I just don't like it when we see down there and we like, hey, hold it. And then we do the same thing. You see all of them flags, man. I be like, FBI, open up! Ready to shoot them. We appreciate you so much, man. Shout out to you, man. And a happy new year to you. Dallas, 30. San Fran, 20. Let's make anyone wearing red and gold feel really uncomfortable and unwelcome. Let's run their butts back to Cali. I'm ready to fight. I'm tired of this soft narrative. Y'all know I'm late to the party, baby. Shout out to my guy. I just finished watching all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. It took me 3-4 weeks. 3 weeks, right? 3-4 weeks, right? 3 or 4 weeks. I finished all of the series. And Queen done lost her god doggone mind. The queen, the mother of dragons, lost her mind. Because she was looking for revenge. She wanted the outcome to be in the matter that she perceived for it to be because she showed mercy to the people or for the people. And they counted the mercy as weakness. So there will be blood shed, bones crushing, gnashing of teeth, the smell of fire without any remorse. Right? And the other ruler was over her head. It was cat fight at the end, Cersei, she that's the devil within the devil, right? She had 3 kids by her own brother. I can't make this stuff up. And I said, okay, and Jon Snow was a legend till I found out he was knocking off his auntie. I was like, it didn't feel the same. Then like whoever wrote that part, you could have just erased that part and let him still be Jon Snow. But what I wanted to tell you guys that she showed no mercy because what people were saying and how they handled their situation toward the latter part of it. Y'all should have told me that. Y'all should have told me. They said, "Law, you gonna like Game of Thrones," but at the end, they kind of like dropped, they fumbled it a little bit, I said, man, oh man. But it goes to show you that sometimes the decisions of the king, the decisions of the ruler would affect everybody. Y'all remember one coach came out with a T-shirt said, "Beat Dallas"? That decision by him wearing that shirt affected everyone. Y'all remember, I think it was the Washington football team, and coach was just trying to say, hey, man, you know, my plan and my goal and my desire is to win. And they flipped the words and said, hey, this would be a team that the coach is already saying that he's guaranteeing the victory. Coach didn't really say it that way, but they took it that way. And y'all saw what happened of the outcome. Don't you guys remember that all of the narrative of the 4-letter, the 3-letter network saying that these Cowboys are soft? See somebody say, hey, Lord, it's Sunday. Let's keep in mind it's church. Well, biblically speaking, David, after he slew, you remember, Goliath had multiple brothers. Y'all thought that it was only one giant. Read again. Multiple brothers. David had to slew them too. Bigger than Goliath. Like Ripley's, believe it or not. It's in the good book. The seer came to David and said, hey, don't count your troops because it makes you outshine the Almighty. I'm paraphrasing. Y'all let me know what David did. I'm feeling myself. I'm going to count these troops anyway. He did it. Consequences and repercussion was there. No one outshines the master. You see what I'm saying? And that brother was given 3 choices. Since you went out the will, I'm giving you 3 options. Either you can flee, run. He said, hey, I already ran before. I don't want to run again. We can call famine in the land for 7 years. Or for 3 days, we can bring the flies. He said, hey, man, just bring the flies. Bring all of the flies. Hell, it's only 3 days. And within those 3 days, baby, they contextualize it as the numberings of more than 120,000 people died just because of the decision of one king saying, I want to count how many soldiers I got, how many troops that we done took to battle and won. What that kid down there that was playing hopscotch and shooting marbles had to do with it? Nothing. There will be bloodshed. So the 49er fan that purchased all of those tickets to fly down here to Dallas land, buying all of the merch, talking all of the noise, wake up, people. It could be a massacre. They done spent all of that money coming down here to Dallas to get whooped. If we bring our A game and switch that narrative. Ain't there something? That's what we do, baby. Eagles win. We don't play Green Bay next week. DP, I feel you on that. Jerry's going to drop frogs from the top of the stadium, J-Rod. There better be some HD frogs, baby. We're going to have to run it up. We're going to have to make sure that when we come out here and we are humbled, but we are, if you ever pay attention, and I love it, Cowboy Nation, pay attention to the markings on Michael Parsons' arm. On one arm, he got humbled. On the other arm, he got beast. And if you pay attention to what D-Ware said to Michael Parsons, there's a quick video that's out there. I can't show it. I don't know the rules of it, on all platforms. But you can Google it. And DeMarcus Ware was talking to the playmaker, Michael Irvin. And they were having a discussion about number 11, who I already know Defensive Rookie of the Year. Don't have to look that up. All pro. Saying, man, this guy's like a sponge. He soak in everything. So when it was time to go to the film room with George Edwards, who is a linebackers coach, he was giving him instructions on how he need to improve on this or that. And then all of a sudden you see that Parson was already on, and paraphrasing Cowboy Nation, George Edwards was like, "God, dog, don't y'all know how far they go, baby? That goes a long way. Shoot, humble beast." So if anything that need to be corrected, and if you already studied it, and you already identified it on tape, and I know it's different when it's in the real world, right? When you physically see it. I could read a book all day on how to swim, but if I never been in the water, shoot, it might shock the hell out of me, right? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell you guys, Parsons already been in the water. He already read the book. He already studied. So the moment Juice, is that's what they're going to call him? Yeah, the Pivot podcast, appreciate you. I shout out to them. Beautiful podcast. Who's that podcast ran by? If y'all know, the Pivot podcast. Shout out to them, man. I looked up one day. I said, "God, dog, that's good stuff over there." By the way, but I'm telling you guys, for real. Parson is that dude. And if I'm Jerry Jones, if I'm John Stephen Jones, I'm trying to figure out a way right now. You got 4 more years with this dude. I'm trying to figure out a way, because you got the 5th-year option, to put pieces around him so that he can continue. Fly, hit, run, chase, and talk. You know what? Yeah, it was a fire interview, man. I don't know why it's cutting this off. Okay, you must wrote a long paragraph. That's why. All right, let me see if I can fix this right quick. Murphy Law. All right, so we're going to fix this. You don't fix it. We're going to fix it right here. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Yeah, lock him up now. Yep, that would be the way. Brandon Ayuk, Jennings. I don't know if he's related to Greg Jennings, but Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, and Debo. The Cowboys must figure out a way to slow those boys down. Neutralizing Parsons is the thing that they're going to try to do as well, of course, all he did was add 13 or close to 14 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. Y'all know how this thing goes, and it's going to be hectic for Jimmy G. Debo Samuel's averaged 17.2 yards per catch. He had 1,405 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. Our counter to that would be looking and focusing in on the drops. He had 10 drops for the season. That's a lot of drops. One can say it's aggressive style. One can say how he hold the ball when he get the ball. I think I talked to my brother this week or pretty much last week, and he said most of his drops are in the first quarter. First part of the game is because he's so juiced up, not in a steroid way, but he's juiced up in his mind. So I come here to tell you, Cowboy Nation, the game can be over in the first quarter. Why you say that, Law? Well, the Cowboys, when you score first, score, not score. We country. We Mississippi. Don't say score. Don't say it. Say score. When we score first. I mean, somebody said, no, man, it's score. Come on, Law. No, score. When we score first. When we score first. Cowboys are 9-0. It tells me that means that Kellen Moore draws up better plays. Well, he got the lead, and the defense pinned their ears back a little bit more. I said earlier, before starting this conversation out, Cowboy Nation, said earlier that the Cowboys are the number one offense in the league with yards. Y'all remember that? Yards. We also the number one team in points. Points. We averaging 31 points a game. No other team is averaging that for the 2021 season, although it's 2022. That's how it laps over. We do that. That's too much stress. Too much stress on the 49ers. Too much stress for them on their style of system. So that's another way to stop the run. But they stubborn at best, Law. They love to run. You put money up there. A lot of things can change. Zeke need a TD Pollard, a TD Cooper, a TD CD, and a TD Wilson, and a TD we win. This is from Austin Garcia. That's on the Facebook. Appreciate you, Austin. Shout out to you, Perez, for the 200 stars. Those stars help grow Facebook, and I thank everybody for shooting those stars out at me. And for those who shoot those stars out, I really appreciate you. Shout out to you, Ryan, for the 50 stars, on Facebook. Look, people, I love y'all on Facebook, man. The growing and the growth of the Facebook open up so many opportunities and ways for this channel to grow, and I thank y'all. All right, Curly Brockman says, destroy the 49ers. Let's go, Cowboys. Crank it up. Yeah. I can crank it up right now. We can crank it up. Come on. Football is on its way. Tell him. Tell him on that.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Hey. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up.
Appreciate you, Kurt. That's how you turn it up, baby. Now somebody gonna be like, they gonna be going all through the house. Run it up, baby. Run it up. Don't turn them lights off. Run the light bill up. Run everything up. Don't turn the water off. Run it up. Normally you take a shower for 5 minutes, run it up for 10. I'm listening to Law while I'm in the shower. Yeah, we're going to run it up and turn it up. Shout out to my guy Cedric Wilson. I did a film assessment on Ced, and I said he would be the X factor, even for this game. If anything, the Niners give up big chunk plays. And in their zone. They kind of soft a little bit with their DBs on the edge. Now, they got two guys, Tart and as well as Ward. There's no one to sneeze at. They will deliver the promise as it relates to that thunder when they hit you. And we get that. I'm not finna sit here and placate. That is not that. But I come here to tell y'all beautiful faces. Let me find this Cedric Wilson. Let me see. Shout out to my guy, Coach Bird. Shout out to Coach Bird. And I know this is against the Eagles, but not to look at the level of competition, but look at the concepts. If you guys can follow me, right? Just look at the concepts. I want to tell y'all that's watching right now. When you throw the ball to Cedric Wilson's way, Dak Prescott passer rating is 130. That's a lot, baby. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Shout out to you, T Smooth TV. Law, what's the name of that artist? That's NBA HD Nick. You type in NBA HD Nick on YouTube and you'll see his content there. And shout out to him. He's a friend of the family over here on the Cowboys Nation. So shout out to him, NBA HD Nick. All right, so when you look at the middle of the field, that's what you want to target. They play a traditional 4-3 base defense, 3 linebackers, 4 down linemen that create space up front will create pressure up front. And those guys pretty much rally and chase to the ball. The middle of the field is vacant at times, but you have to control Fred Warner, right? That's the guy that you have to look out for. Now, the reason why I got Coach Bird a logo at the bottom, because when I edit this video, it was for him and his client is Cedric Wilson, who also attends to watch some of the content here. And shout out to Cedric Wilson. We got some things planned for the off season, and Cedric Wilson. Shout out to T.J. Vasher. He's under the client there too, and Gallup, and we waiting to see how Gallup go through his recovery. But neither here nor there. The middle of the field is where Dak Prescott can eat. Hannock says Fred Warner is hard to fool. I can't disagree with that. Fred Warner, he is what I envision or what I wanted out of LVE in that middle linebacker or in that middle role. I don't know, man. I would literally get rid of Malik Hooker, DeMonte KZ, LVE, and trade away Luke Gifford for Fred Warner right now. Give me Fred Warner and you match him up with Parsons. I mean, his defense for the next years will be unstoppable. So shout out to Fred Warner. I speak glowingly highly of Fred Warner. But what I want the Cowboys to do is to utilize my guy. I want them to utilize my guy, Cedric Wilson. I think that the other DBs on the edge, they will be trying to occupy Lamb. They'll be trying to look at my guy, Amari Cooper. So those are the things that we must pay close attention to. Let me know if y'all can still hear me, A. Brown, pick 6 today. This is from Milton. Hey, it's Jimmy Garoppolo that's throwing the ball. And I look back at that L.A. game. If you look back at the L.A. game, they should have had more picks. They should have had more picks against the 49ers. But, neither here nor there, the 49ers were able to be victorious against them. And that's the last evidence of tape that you got. Yep, he's 360 smooth. Yep. So, look, he keep moving his feet. And that's the guy. It's the small things that you do in this game. And it may be another guy. It may be another guy that people are overlooking. And his name, by the way, is Blake Jarwin. I've spoken about Blake Jarwin's skill set before, and I don't want this to go on loose ears, but don't look at the results as it relates to his total, right? Don't look at his total yards. Don't look at what he brings to the table as far as production from things that you can see tangible. But it's the intangible things that he do. Squeezing that safety to be cognitive enough to say, all right, cool. I'm tired of running and chasing, flipping my hips, and they end up running the ball. Let's put a bigger body in and bring in an extra linebacker, and the extra linebacker will not be able to flip, chase, get upfield, or I said it backwards. I apologize. Instead of the linebacker flipping his hips and going upfield and chasing, whether it be a Greenlaw or even if they try to dedicate Fred Warner on him, then that's when you can go into 12 looks. 12 looks would be 2 tight ends, Schultz and Jarwin, that would create stress, meaning that instead of you looking at your packages like, all right, cool, I'm going to keep my linebacker out there, I'm going to take my linebacker off, and I'm going to bring in a safety. Those things create mismatches. Mismatches create opportunities, and opportunities create run lanes. And that's what I'm looking at when you think about a Blake Jarwin. It's not about what his production is, but it's more so about what he can bring to the table as it relates to mismatches. I think I got Jarwin film somewhere here. Y'all bear with me. Y'all good? Y'all ready for it? Let me see if it's this it. It could be it.
All right, according to Mike McCarthy, Blake Jarwin is near return, and I can't wait to see Jarwin out there. I get it. Schultz been holding.
Let me mute myself. All right, so now pay attention to Jarwin. I just slid his video in, and it's not about that's mismatch. And I get it. There's the Panthers at the time; they were the number 1 defense, but that's a story of a different day. The defense for the Eagles that week were the number 2 defense, but that's a different story of a different day. You just want to see if you can create the mismatch. The opportunity to line him as an end-line blocker, get off of that squeeze, look for his quarterback. Okay, find a zone, get there. Those yards, because next time you can run it. All right, so this is against the Chargers. Flex the middle of the field. Everybody's worried about the outside receivers. That's where you can kill in the hook area. Come off the end line. I'm not blocking. I'm coming straight at you. And you have to look. CD had the underneath route. My guy had the route over the top. Now, this is Jarwin. Pay attention. They lined him up outside. So now he pivot and post you up just like a big center would do in basketball. Let me see it from this angle. Yep. So that puts stresses on your safety or your linebacker, because now you're going to have to make the dedications of your staff, of your depth department, of what you're going to do when you see Schultz running in there. And you may think that, hey, Law, why is this important? Why is this even necessary for you to go over it? Jarwin only had like such and such catches. Well, I come here to remind all of y'all beautiful people that's watching that in the stretch of games when you had Jarwin, the Cowboys were ranked 4th in rushing. They averaged 130 yards. They went on a 6-1 run. Then of course, he got hurt. Shout out to you, Mark Clark. Appreciate you. I got a feeling Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Man, Mark, I got something special for you. When and if that happens. Let's go. It loosens up the defense. Yeah. Yep. And they lost this first game. The Cowboys literally lost this first game. And we can argue and say, okay, it's the kicker, what have you. It's the aficionados. But I just want to tell you guys that it loosens up everything. The Cowboys didn't even try to run the ball in this game. But you see how he flexes everything and increases and get up in the middle of that field. We like linebackers, but I believe one of the tandems for the Buccaneers, one of the best in the National Football League. Shout out to you, Carl. Appreciate you for jumping in. So I just wanted to show you Jarwin film. A little clip there. Look at him. Leverage, baby. Leverage. He had no choice. He's 6'5", close to 6'6". So now you got a DB on him. Ye wish. Look at the. So that's what you can do, Cowboy Nation. Creating the mismatch, creating the opportunity to say, okay, are you gonna put your DB? He spin cycle that. That's a good play by my guy Cedric Wilson, by the way. Either you're gonna put your DB on him, or safety, what have you. DB is the same things, safety. Or you're going to dedicate your linebacker. I'm looking for the mismatches. That's what I'm trying to create. So shout out to you, Brian. 30-27 Dallas. I would take that. I would take 30-27. But don't you know, in a few hours when I do the play-by-play, I'm going to be here sweating, rocking like this. I'm going to be rocking, boy. I'm going to be rocking, baby. Debo going to truck Parsons. Debo trucks everybody. He's stiffy, even if it's a negative yard. I seen him do it on a negative yard. David J., I'll be honest, I hope Philly upset the Bucks today. Well, give Philly against the Bucks. They're going to talk about it for years, right? If it's fooling around and we don't take care of business. So I just hope we take care of business. And if they take care of business too, y'all let me know how the seating will change, what have you. But then again, shout out to them. I will say this is from Timothy, 27-17, Dallas. Look, to be fair, Cowboy Nation, Cowboys, I believe in the last 3 times we played the 49ers, and I know different situations and scenarios. I think the last 3 times, I think the Cowboys scored 40 points. Yeah, I think the last 3 visits, I think the Cowboys scored 40 points. And 2 out of the 3, I think, we had a guy, 1 out of the 3, we had a guy named Andy Dalton back there. So we'll find out. 27-25 Niners. This is from Corrigan. Appreciate you. Let's do this then, Cowboy Nation. Let's do this for a couple of minutes here. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Enough of me yapping and dapping. Let's listen in to this right here.
That's what you do this for. I mean, at the end of the day, you get really fired up about having a great franchise in the Dallas Cowboys and, the good business and things like that. But at the end of the day, what you're really in this game for is to win. And certainly our biggest moments have been when we won those 3 Super Bowls. And, the only way you get to win a Super Bowl is get in the tournament, as Coach Parcells used to call it. And we're just so fired up that we're in it. And we really like our football team. And
I just wanted to bring out this right quick. He's referencing Parcells. Can somebody please help me out and put down how many years it's been since Parcells been the coach here? He's referencing Parcells. That let you know that Wade Phillip and Jason Garrett, those 2 back-to-back, man, set us way back, baby. And I get it, man. Shout out to him. But that's a reference to go way, way back. Come on, man.
I really feel like we have a great opportunity. And
he said, "See, I'm gonna trust you. He says 15 years. That's a long time. That's a long time, man. So when people be yelling out, "Law, it's been 26 years, Law," I said, dude, you saw what the Giants did with Jason Garrett as offensive coordinator. For only 24 games, they said, you know what? Hey, we can't take this no more. You're gone. And I'm not putting Jason Garrett at blame or at fault. Because earlier this week, or pretty much last week since it's a new week, Troy Aikman said you got to give credit to Jason Garrett for the success for this season. You see how brainwash goes, baby?
In front of us here. So, obviously, our total focus is on the 49ers. And, we got to get to work and see what this can bring us. But this is what you're in sports for.
Uncle Rick said it's been 19 years.
Woo. Are you with Jerry that anything short of a championship is a bit of a bust?
Well, it's been so long for our fans, and as I told you, I think I told several people when he got in the Hall of Fame several years ago, I said, I do think there's one thing he'd trade that for, and that is a championship. And I know he and I both feel like, with what our cap situation is now, but what it is going forward, as we've got these young stars that we are going to have to pay, the resources are going to be short. So we certainly feel like this is a unique opportunity that we do need to take advantage of. So.
Yeah, shout out to you, Devontae. He said the Bengals won their first playoff game in 31 years. That's a long time. Show of hands if you watched that game last night or yesterday, basically. That was a dang good game, man. Raiders still had a chance to at least tie it. They went for the jugular and lost it. But I'm telling you guys, man, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, and that quarterback, Joe Burrows, they got a promising and I don't even know what's the tight end name. Put his tight end name down there. Oh my gosh, and the defense is scrappy. Bengals are doing things good for the league, man. I see a young team like that put things together to get their first playoff win. And shout out to Joe, man. Joe knows, basically, from LSU. So, I guess by the way of Ohio State, huh? Shout out to you, Mexican. Appreciate you, Mexican. Shout out to you for the donation there, man. And Jamar Chase, man. That 4th and 1 play, if you guys go back and watch it, shotgun. It looked like they in shotgun. They lined Jamar Chase in the slot there. And Joe, he goes in shotgun, and he gets up under the center, and it looks like an audible. And then they were saying, like, oh, it's going to be a quarterback sneak. And for him to just say, hey, Jamar, we just going to get you out in space. We just want to get you out in space. When we see everybody's compressing and down inside the box, we just want to get you in space. So he lines up in shotgun. He sees everything. They spread out. So he knows the concept of what the defense is trying to do. So now he climbs back inside, under the center. The big boy, Jonathan Hankins, he like, hey, come on, get a little closer, everybody. This is finna be a quarterback sneak because all they need is 1 yard. That play, I believe, on short yardage, like 1 or if it was 2, or you probably can't get away with it on 4th and 3. But 4th and 1 and 2, spreading it out like that, seeing how the defense is going to look, and then going around the center, forces the defense to panic to try to stop the quarterback sneak, and then you just attack the edges. That's number systems. And you got a quick, athletic guy like Jamar Chase. He got 15 yards, baby, off of the 4th and 1 play. Broke the Raiders back. That is what I like. Those type of concepts. Now, can the Cowboys do the same thing? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm hyped for today. Yeah. Dallas better not upset. This is from Rogers. Yeah, better not upset. Let's listen to more of this conversation.
So we certainly feel, I think everybody does, the accountability, the pressure to go out and have success.
Hey, Steven, you got 2 really evenly matched teams, well put together teams, position by position.
They didn't have the Raiders didn't have the rep on their side.
Are you focusing on where this game might hinge for you? Is there one thing that you could say, man, if we can get this done, I feel good about our chances?
Yeah, I just think it's the front, both offensively and defensively for both teams. I mean, they're a physical team. They want to run the ball. They're very physical on the defensive side with their defensive fronts. We feel like we are as well. And
Glad you
just
said
feel
it.
like that's going to be so key, to the success. We obviously, feel like we've got great weapons and a great quarterback in Dak. Certainly feel like, our back end has really, improved over the years and feel great about it. But I think this thing is going to boil down to both fronts on both these football teams.
Stephen, in your experience, do you think that angry players play better? I ask because as we're hearing a lot of the defensive guys do their media this week, it seems like the tone is a little bit irritated about hearing how, it's a bad matchup, or, the 49ers are so physical and play bully ball. Is a frustrated and or angry player a better player?
Yeah, I don't know if angry is the right word to use.
Right,
I just love to have I do think a player with a chip on his shoulder who's, really driven to go out and have success is a good thing. I don't know that I'd use angry, but chip on shoulder is good. An edge. I love all those words, when it comes to our players. And certainly I know they're focused, they're driven, and, ready to get to work. And, we've got a great opportunity here to play in our home stadium. Our fan base has just been amazing in terms of showing up and really creating a great home field advantage for us. So we just look forward to the opportunity.
Now, Anthony Brown has an actual chip on his shoulder with the tattoo. Do you wish that the other players would go ahead and get one to match it?
Jeff Kavanaugh. Hey, I don't know what Anthony Brown was doing when he put the Lay's chip on there with the ruffles in it. Ruffles on that and everything. I was like, come on, Anthony Brown, come on. That ain't what they mean when they say chip on the shoulder, man. Come on, man. Oh, my gosh. But that's a story of a different day. I think that Anthony Brown made a whole gang of money, right? You know what I'm saying? To get that remade or put a boulder on there. He could put a glacier or something like that to tattoo over it. We all made that mistake before. Some people made the mistake, But I believe that Anthony Brown, what it really proved is he don't have any good friends, and he'd probably be a guy that I probably need to reach out to be a good friend of him and be like, hey, bro, let's not do that one, because we all had that decision, right, back in the days, like, to do something and somebody be like, nah, dog, nah, man, nah, that ain't it. But see, the friend that would like to stab you in the back be like, yeah, man, that'd be dope, man. So, so he could reveal two things. If his homeboy was like, yeah, dog, that would be dope, man. You put the Pringle chip or the Lay's chip and you say, hey, it's on your shoulder. You got a chip on your shoulder because where you was drafted, and how people jaded you. So, yeah, dog, that would look good. Now, that friend with all of that energy, he was never your friend. You need to watch out. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I couldn't say go get a tattoo because I don't know that I've encouraged my kids to get tattoos, but
look at that laugh.
Shoulder with the tattoo. Do you
laugh?
wish that the other players would go ahead and get one to
What's
match
your
it?
laugh? Why just laugh right here?
Really creating a great home field advantage for us.
I rewind too far.
We just look forward to the opportunity.
Now, Anthony Brown has an actual chip on his shoulder with the tattoo. Do you wish that the other players would go ahead and get one to match it?
I couldn't say go get a tattoo because I don't know that I've encouraged my kids to get tattoos, but everybody to each his own. Everybody has their taste, and certainly I know tattoos can mean so much to so many people, but I'm good with what to each his own. Whatever they decide and whatever motivates them, that fires me up.
Stephen, earlier in the week, Dak Prescott went to Mike McCarthy. He said, hey, what do I need to do for you today? If Dak came to you and asked you the same question, what would you tell Dak he needs to do for you in this football game?
Win, baby.
I think the biggest thing is his leadership. I know he's going to be prepared for him to play. but to create the urgency in the locker room, which I think he can do at the very best in terms of his leadership, being in the front line right there with the guys, but create the urgency with our football team at what's at stake here. We're getting ready to tee it up here on Sunday, and then it's, the game's going to play, and then it's going to be over, and hopefully we understand, the edge that we have to play with, the urgency, the accountability, and I think he's very unique at getting that point across, and I think that's what, the one thing I would tell him, because I do know he's so driven, and so, and he will personally be prepared, doesn't need it, but I do think, with a young team, which we are, that he can create that urgency. I think he could go out and even, do as much as possible. That'd be the thing I would just say, hey, just make sure everybody understands the magnitude of what's at stake when we go out on the field on Sunday.
All right, so everybody, if you're watching all the way to this point and you ain't hit that subscribe button.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And if you're watching all the way up to this point and you haven't liked nor shared this content, man, y'all got to hit that subscribe button. Man, come on now.
Shame. Shame.
Come on now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I could be with the kiddos right now. I could be doing some other things, man. Y'all hit that like button. If you don't like what I'm saying,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
come on, man. They watching Lion King #2 right now. I could be doing that right now. So come on, y'all hit that like button now. Come on now.
Shame.
Even if you're a Niner fan,
Shame.
follow this content now.
Shame.
It's Stephen Jones with you on The Fan. You were talking about your young stars and a couple named All-Pros here today. Doing it so young, what kind of a leg up does that give you for trying to put together the defense with young pillars like that for years to come?
Well, it's always great to have young players show up and
Facts.
and play at a high level. And that's why we stress the draft so much. It's just hard to get it done in this league, just doing it through free agency.
Right.
And
Right.
your first 5 years of the player's contract is your value. And when you got guys showing up, let's just use a Michael. We all know if he were a free agent, what he would cost versus what he plays for as a first rounder. It's a significant difference. And so the draft is so important. And when you hit on these draft picks and you get to have them around, not unlike we had Dak around for so many years at a great value for us. You want to take advantage of those things because now we understand now, which he so rightfully deserves, what we have to pay Dak. And, it's certainly, any great player that gets paid well, whether it's Dak, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyron Smith, all these guys, start to, you have to pick and choose at some point. So that's why it's so important for these young players to step up and, be productive and play at a high level early.
No doubt, man. No doubt. What he's speaking to, if anybody, he came out on record earlier, before the season kicked off, and he said his goal would be for the Cowboys young players to play so well that we don't have to pay these older veteran guys. And at the time that he said it, I was like, oh, wow, man, you don't want to do this and do that. And truth be told, the young players played remarkable for this season, right? Made us really walk back of us saying, okay, go get Geno Atkins, right? Also, look what he did this year. Even Navell Gallimore going into his second year, look what he was able to accomplish. And so it made us pause a little bit on some of the things that we were naturally saying for the Cowboys to go out there to do, to get one or two veteran guys. So now what's going to happen for the 2022 season is that we're going to expound on what John Stephen Jones is saying about Parsons. We still got to put a placeholder on Jabril Cox, but at least we know that there was a slight promise with Kelvin Joseph, Anthony Brown, and Jordan Lewis still under contract. They're your veteran guys. But look at what Diggs did this year, right? So we still waiting for Malik Hooker to have back-to-back good games. He had sparks here and there. And shout out to Malik Hooker. And KZ, his battle cry, his name to claim far as fame over here in Cowboys country, been that he just been better than the previous safeties. Do anybody disagree? You know what I'm saying? Do you disagree? You know, DeMonte KZ, he's been better than the previous guys. Shout out to you, Brown. Thank you so much for your donation. What's up, Cowboys? I'm a huge 49er fan. It's surprising that Jimmy Garoppolo thumb hasn't received more coverage, especially with the strip sack. Well, that's a good point, Brown, because if he played for the Cowboys, it would have been on every news and it would have been in every conversational spot. And Trey Lance is a guy I don't want to see out there today, you know. So let Jimmy in his lacerated thumb or whatever's going on, let it be healthy today. Let's put our prayers together that Jimmy G and his thumb is okay. Because I don't want to see Trey. I haven't watched enough film of Trey. He could be hot garbage. I don't know, you know. But I do know that, you know, his college tape is remarkable, and he can throw that thing. He's one of those flick of the wrist type of guys. He can do his wrist like this, and the ball goes 50 yards on a rope. So and with pressure, he can scoot and get off to the edge. But I didn't get a chance to watch none of his pro tape outside of one or two plays on a highlight reel, you know, and you really can't go by highlights. So as far as reading coverages, being able to change at the line of LOS, I don't know about that from him. But I don't want to see that in the playoffs, right? All right, so and we've been having issues, collectively speaking. Not saying that we will have issues against running quarterbacks, but we've been having some issues with that stuff. Lamont says, Law, Dan Quinn is Craig from Friday. Micah is the brick. He smacked Debo with laugh out loud. Let's get this first of 4 wins. Let's go. Yeah. That's a good observation there. Yeah, let's go, baby. Jay Pride gonna eat today. Yo, appreciate you. Let me see if anybody. Niners down, thumb down. 31-20. Peter, yeah, I'd love to see that. You know, Benjamin James says facts. Yeah. Lance look good is from Paul. Yeah, so I don't want to see Lance, you know. Trade days, what my brother called him. All right, Cowboy. And that's not fair talk. It's just they got the known and the unknown. You know, you don't know the unknown, right? The known versus the unknown. Like, I would never forget, a lot of teams passed up on Aaron Rodgers. A lot of teams. Hear me out. Even the Cowboys, because at the time we were like, man, we got this young developing quarterback named Tony Romo. And we drafted, y'all can let me know who we drafted instead, but I think it was Julius Jones or somebody. I think, you know, charge it to my head, not my heart. And we passed up on Aaron Rodgers. And somebody was saying like, hey, you should go grab Aaron Rodgers, you know, first round talent quarterback. We passed him up, neither here nor there. When we used to dominate Brett Favre when he come to Texas. For those who don't know, you know, I think Brett Favre never won in Texas Stadium. I was watching the game, and Brett Favre went in, bam, he got hit, and they said, well, he got nothing else to lose at this point. Let's insert Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers played that day, and he was carving us up. We won. We came out victorious. But a lot of people were like, hey, this dude got a chance to sit on the bench. They saw something special, you know, out of him. And that's just how it goes. That's how it goes. So you just never know. I don't want it to be that type of situation. Whereas, and I'm not saying Trey Lance is the next Aaron Rodgers or anybody, but that's just how it goes, the unknown. 420 likes. How many people watching? Close to 700 people watching. Come on, y'all.
Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, Jay Lombardi, you said you remember the game. See, that was the situation. We won the battle, but the war, the war was far from over, right? It's crazy. Appreciate you, Akeem. Glory to him. Glory to him. Yeah, he is the highest. Yeah. And Paul says he looks suspect. Yeah, but with Trey Lance, maybe I don't think. Nah, I ain't gonna say that about Kyle Shanahan. I ain't gonna say that about him or Mac McDaniels, the PC gamer. But what I can say is, let's stop rushing these quarterbacks. The Zach Wilsons, the Trey Laws of the world, and even Matt Jones. They anointed Mac Jones, right? Now nobody's praising him now because of that L that he held. But let's not anoint these guys. You're supposed to literally wait 3 to 4 years before you see a quarterback. But everybody's like looking at the Joe Burrows now, right? Joe Burrows. I remember when people say, okay, quarterbacks should be quarterback ready because they're first-round talent and they drafted them for a reason, and they throw them out there without sitting on the bench first. And that gave you the era of Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. Who else? Who else was just thrusted right into the starting lineups? I'm not going to put Peyton Manning in that, but he was. He was first-round talent. And they said, okay, you first-round talent, you first round, let's throw you out there. But at least they had a plan with Peyton Manning, right? They already established the offensive line. They went and got the running back who will always be the best friend of the quarterback. So it's ways, and they had a tight end over there, Dallas Clark. People fail to realize it took Peyton Manning, I think it was 8 years before we got a chance to see what he really can do. That's a long time, but they always saw the talent. I think he threw more interceptions than touchdowns his first few years or something like that. But neither here nor there. That's Peyton Manning. He's a GOAT. Brown says Jimmy G and Lance are two completely different quarterbacks. Offense installed this game to created for Jimmy G. Lance is a rookie coming in mid-road playoff game. Yeah, but it'll still be the unknown, and sometimes, people can get spark out of a few things. But I get what you're saying, though. Appreciate you for the donation, though, man. Appreciate you. Now I know Cowboy fans, y'all ain't going to let the Niner fan outdo you guys on donations. Donations! Oh, my gosh. Appreciate y'all, though. Debo is probably going to rush all over Micah. We will find out, though. Remember, he got a really – it's not the linebacker that's going to be lined up one-on-one to the wide receiver. And I don't want that. As much as I think that Parsons is a 4-3 guy, I just don't want to see him locked up man-to-man on any wide receiver. I don't want to see that. So it could be some switch-off and zone concept looks or what have you. But playoff football, you're supposed to rev it up and elevate it to another level. Let me know if kickoff is here for the Eagles. What time they play? Ain't they finna start now? Yep. Yeah, when his kickoff is, because I want to watch that game. Let me see. I might be too early, though. 12, okay. We got some time, we got some time. And then we got the time for all game, baby. In 12 minutes, okay. Y'all want me to call the play-by-play for the Eagles? I have to shut this one down and reopen up another stream, though. Eagles by 12. Okay, so it's 12 minutes. Okay. I'm central. I call it CT, stand for Cowboys time. I'm Cowboys time. Let's do this. Let's finish this one up right here. finish this one up.
Well, Steven, you mentioned the draft, and I feel like I don't have numbers of this in front of me, but I feel like you guys have to be about as homegrown as a roster gets. And yesterday with the news of Will McClay getting an extended contract as the VP of player personnel, can you just talk about what an important role he plays in that and how you guys are feeling about getting that done, keeping him moving forward?
Well, he's obviously done a great job. I think our roster does speak for itself. We're a young roster. We have been able. It's been our strategy. Jerry and I wanting to just say, hey, let's put all our focus and resources. Not that we don't use free agency as a way to fill some holes.
Spiffy, you're right. Save the energy for the Cowboys game. Yeah, because I would be exhausted doing the 3-hour thing for the Eagles in the Tampa Bay. Yeah, it'd be too exhausting.
And some voids so you can draft the way we want to draft. But, to have a guy like Will who's, able to create the continuity with the scouting staff. And then the other thing he does so well is just his communication. He's got great communication with Mike McCarthy and his staff. Certainly, because we do want coaches' input, because at the end of the day, they got the vision for the schemes that they want to run. And, we have to understand that from a personnel standpoint, and I think Will's outstanding at that. Certainly as how he communicates with Jerry and I. Certainly, how we communicate with our medical staff. I mean, he's just, he's been so good at that, and have that continuity there. And certainly he's been doing it at a high level, and, fired up that he sees how, that we've got a unique situation here in Dallas. You don't have many owners like Jerry and myself that are, really involved. There's a lot of owners who just, delegate, and they delegate to a general manager and a coach and step back. That's not what, that's not the way it works around here. And so,
yeah, you ain't lying. Y'all got y'all hand all in the mixing bowl. All right, so JR says time to see the Cowboys really what the Cowboys really about. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Thanks for the content, bro. Appreciate you.
Fatality D.
That's a killer comment right there, man. Appreciate you. All right, so, it's hard. It's hard to have a lot of chef in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, and Will McClay is unique in a sense. You got a guy that can relate to the people that he go out there and market, right? You got a guy that can blend in with the environment because he used to work for the Jones family in another capacity. I think some type of arena league or something like that. And then you got a person that don't see like any other person will see it, If I can say that, I'm treading lightly. I'm trying to tread as light as possible. I'm trying to give you guys the PCest or the PCest version of this conversation. But I can tell you, man, there's a lot of pride in those type of positionings. I refuse to do it. You can't, but sometimes you find that situation, right? Like business analyst. That's my title, right? And that's what I'm doing. Don't have me to when I clock in at the job that it says manager of janitorial supplies or what have you. No. I'm a business analyst just like everyone else, So I want my titling, One thing that I can tell you about watching Game of Thrones is that your name can save you. Your name is your name. Your name is what's important. And your legacy follows your name, right? Or your name follows your legacy. It's like, how can I put this? All I'm saying is basically, don't let a company hire you to be the general manager. And the name tag that you can only wear is shift supervisor, but they paying you general manager. Don't do that. That's all I'm going to say. That's the best way I can put it. Shift supervisor, but you actually the general manager. Don't allow people to do that. And there's not many people that can eat that humble pie and say, yeah, I got really much my fingerprints on everything. My title may say shift supervisor, but I'm actually hand of the king or something, and that's hats out to Will McClay, for doing that. And my thing is, like what John Stephen Jones said, not many teams, it's a unique structure. Not many teams can do that, right? You got Jerry Jones, who I believe he's a good person and through. He's a good person. And John Stephen Jones. Their job right now, the general manager or president of operations, what have you, they're supposed to be looking at college tape right now, looking at film, looking at evaluation, monitoring and watching the opposing team, tendencies and things like that. I come here to tell you that fire is not up under them to do such, right? They probably hire somebody else to do that. They probably can't tell you right now, who is really the best linebacker that's in the 2022 draft, right? They probably can't tell you right now who's the shutdown, lockdown cornerback that have certain traits that you would love to fit within the confines of this system. Because they look at it like, look, man, I'm Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm John Stephen Jones. But I'm not going to teeter that much off into it's too deep for right now. All I can say is Will McClay is godsend, man. He's a blessing in disguise in so many ways, and he bailed those boys out in so many ways. He do. All right, Cowboy Nation, let's listen to the rest of this.
Some teams,
appreciate
everybody's
you, Tony.
got a unique.
Tony, appreciate you, man. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Ways that they do it, but obviously he's at peace, or he wouldn't want to be here as well. So we're fired up about having him back, and fired up about our future.
Stephen, would you
appreciate you? Wide receivers like D-Hop gave Niners cornerbacks fits. He's not a burner, not because he's always open, even when he's covered. Anquan Bolden type of style. Lamb is similar to them? ? Oh my gosh, man, you off the you off the chain, man. Brown, appreciate you, man. Who can I put CD in the mindset of? D-Hop was like the guy he admired, right? I think that he's different from D-Hop, and Anquan Bolden is just big, physical wide receiver that will stiff arm you and get 80 yards, right? And both of those boys unique in their own way. Call me crazy, but I see more, and please don't crucify me, and I hope it's not the dreads that's talking. Don't shank me with the butter knife. What about Larry Fitz? Like, Lamb can be like on his way to be more of a Larry Fitz. But Lamb drops the ball a little bit more because Larry don't never drop the ball, and D-Hop never drops the ball. But what about that? What about that comparison versus Anquan? Anquan was just big, nasty, baby. D-Hop, just different, man. I ain't going to put nobody on that D-Hop for right now. Let me see what y'all saying. I hope y'all ain't. Lamb is faster. Yeah. Lamb is still young. It's the second year, believe it or not. So it's kind of hard, man. Normally, put it like this. They say before you put grades on players as it relates to draft, you got to wait 3 years, Reggie Wayne or Marvin Harrison. He's not Marvin Harrison for sure. But Reggie Wayne and things, I can probably, Hardy, you Reggie didn't have that much yak, though. But Reggie could, look, let me tell y'all, man. CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lamb for right now. You know, Lamb is Lamb. Lamb is Lamb right now. You know, Lamb is Lamb. How about that? Because we can literally look at Debo, and it's not the route running that Debo kills you with. It's the yards after catch. He's like a doggone running back once he catches the ball. And he's a hard runner, right? But we've seen CeeDee Lamb do similar things, but it just less impact, you know. He's not built like him, you know. D-Lo says 2020 says he's built like Moss. I think Lamb is bigger than Randy Moss, believe it or not, at this point. But Moss was just, if you were to pour 4-3 into CeeDee, because I don't think CeeDee runs a 4-3 like on a consistent situation. That was Randy Moss. You know, so it's different, man. It's hard, you know, to look at it. Like for example, since we got 49er fans in here, if you were to stretch and pull Brandon Ayuk to be like 6'3", you know, 6'4", you'd be saying, hey, Brandon Ayuk, that joker is running like Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Because Brandon Ayuk, he catches the ball pretty well. He's fast. He's quick off his release. You got to pay attention when they line him up inside the slot. He can do all of those things, but he's not as tall. Oh, I'm sorry. Kyle Bundy, 4.21. If Brandon ran, 4.2. Well, if you put and stretch and put him in 4.2 speed, right?
Say the rivalry, and you guys used to wear our ass out in Green Bay. You love seeing us come in your ballpark because you just we're going to hammer us and go on. But is San Francisco one of those rivalries to you that I mean, you've had some huge wins against these guys. Is it one of those ones that you always look back and you say, man, when you beat these guys, it really, really meant something?
Well, there was. I mean, obviously, when we had our first championship teams there in the '90s. The road was through San Francisco, and they were, they were the team to beat. And we were a young up-and-coming team and, you know, had to go out there and win. And then they punched back, and they went out and signed Dion and punched us back on the end of the nose and eliminated us one year. But then we responded. But the rivalry has been amazing. And certainly a great organization out there. The 49ers are you know what they stand for. They're blue chip, and certainly they are today. I mean, they've got an outstanding organization. Think the world of John Lynch, and think the world of the Yorks, and what they've been able to do. Obviously, Coach Shanahan's a great young coach who's done a lot of great offensive minds. So, you know, as you said, this is one hell of a matchup. It's one hell of a long standing rivalry. It's one that Jerry and I got a taste of right out of the gate when we were trying to build our first championship team there in the '90s. So nothing but respect for those guys.
No doubt. That was the end of that one. So for people that want to hear that interview, which was a good one, by the way, shout out to Jeff Kavanaugh and G-Bag Nation, and, of course, can't leave out Brian Broadus. Shout out to those boys over there. So there's the link. It's in the chat, so you can click on that link there and watch that entire video with it and just listen to what they had to say to good old John Stephen Jones. Cowboy Nation, football time, baby, out the gate. So we're going to go watch the Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to be looking at quarterback play, running play, styles of defense, and do some scouting reviews on that. So we're going to go watch that game, Cowboy Nation. I want you guys to stay locked and loaded, tune in. I'm going to try to go live a little earlier before kickoff so we can do maybe some quick 1-minute phone calls so you guys can call in and leave me your score prediction down, those type of things. I'm going to make sure I grab me something to eat and get my libations going, as well as coffee and good water. Hope you guys stay lifted and stay prayed up. We pray and wish no injury on anybody today. Let's play a fair, good game, and may the best team win. Cowboys. Cowboys. May the best team Cowboys win, today, Cowboy Nation. And that's what we do, if you're nervous, inhale, exhale, and count to 10. And remember, don't be nervous. Those boys getting paid millions of dollars, They ain't paying us what they getting paid, Let's pay attention to that, and it's not the end of the world, one way or another, baby. It's supposed to be entertainment, fun, and all of that good stuff. Shout out to you, Tony. Appreciate you. Lamb remind me of Dez with better route running. No, Lamb is faster than Dez, and he catch better. I've seen somebody say Chad Ochocinco. Chad, brilliant before. Chad is like brilliant route technician, right? 0 yards after catch type of situation. But I can tell you, both of those guys are unique, but I get what you're saying with Dez. Dez rounded his routes, he dictated his routes, but he was bodied out. And in other words, think of like Gallup, Gallup and Dez in the same wheelhouse a little bit. I think that the numbering sometimes miscued people. Yeah, jelly bellies, do some sit-ups or something. If you got jelly bellies, yeah, you're right. Paul, yeah, if you got the jelly belly, you got the little butterflies in the stomach and you can't barely move because, you done talked some noise at work, and you don't want to eat those words. Remember look, get it out of your head. This is not the same old Cowboys, right? Today we'll prove it. This is not, say it with me, this is not the same old Cowboys, And if winter's coming, we got, what's the chick, Arya Starks? We got her, what I'm saying? She gonna kill the winter monster, whatever that thing was that I saw. That's the crazy thing about Game of Thrones on my way out. That was the craziest thing. It had a little of zombie land, Army of the Dead type of stuff. And when they killed my girl in the movie, I was like, they chopped their head off, man. The hand of the queen, whatever her name was, Maserati or whatever her name is, Masandi. That was the weirdest say too, the eunuch, not the eunuch, was it the Unsullied and her, the relationship that they had. Oh my gosh, man, that was crazy. Crazy series. I'm glad that I'm done with it, I'm about 10 years late. Somebody said, Long man, you about 10 years late, baby. You about 10 years late on that, man. But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Let me know if y'all watch Game of Thrones, man. And if you haven't, man, just go watch it. It's going to take you about 4 or 5 weeks to binge watch it. And you're going to fall asleep on some scenes and stuff like that. But Cowboy Nation, that's just how it goes. And this is how it is, man. Let's stay lifted, baby. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Let me see some fire emojis, man, before I go. Here I go. Come on. Gotta see some fire, baby. Let's burn away all of the insecurities. Let's ward away all of the doubt. The narrative can be changed just right now. So many people, Cowboy Nation, said this is who they are. A team that folds up like a wetted napkin. A team that when you look at it, they ain't who they say they are. These are the Cowboys. Real Cowboys. This is what they exemplify. But I come here to tell all of the beautiful people that's watching right now that this team is different. The mindset is shifted and shaped itself differently, baby. And all it takes right now, a prize fighter, even when he's falling, continues to swing. And it's just that one blow that connects that would eradicate all of the doubt and the insecurity. Because now that person can be laid out, not just like Family Guy, Cowboy Nation. But we keeping those receipts, just like Gina said, yeah. Come on, baby. We done said this all the way to this point. How hungry you are. I said majority of y'all, we got that PhD mentality. What do that mean? Poor, hungry, and determined to make it happen. They said a lazy man with a crane can't outdig a determined person with a shovel as relates to a ditch. Because your mindset is to go out there and make it happen. And I come here to tell you, I got the shovel right now. And we ain't lazy. I'm gonna dig that ditch in those trenches. And because that's where the battle is won at, baby. Down in the trenches. Let's dig it up. Let's bury them, baby. Because we got the determination. It don't matter how many.
This is Sparta!
It don't matter how many tools you got.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Come on, faith, fight, finish. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Write this down, baby. Write this down. You already should know. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it if you're simple. Go after the thing you want, Cowboy Nation. And if dogged and grim and proceed and possess it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We ain't worried about the refs. The refs gonna do the ref thing. The refs gonna do the ref things. Peace, one love. We about my little off switch right here. We up out of here. Shout out to all of the Eagles content creators and all of the Buccaneers content creators right now. Shout out to y'all. Come on, where my off at? Where you at? Somewhere right here. There we go. We'll do it that way. It's more than one way. In that cat. Forever. One love, baby.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
I want me some glory hole.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Finish him! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? This is Sparta!